Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video, hopefully, well it will be because it just however long it takes, we're going to get this 6290 finished and out of the workshop. So Father Phil, I had to put the camera together, but Father Phil is busy here. He's just lining up the new pipe. This is it here. Came all the way from France. That was the hold up for a while there. What were we, 2 weeks waiting for it?
Just 2 weeks, yeah.
So also the workshop is very messy. Eric was sent to wash the Jeep and clean it out on the farm, but he decided to bring it over here and do it. And instead of bringing the farm stuff and leaving it in the farm, he dumped it inside the workshop door. So gonna make him carry a 1x1 back over to the farm because that's lining up on your end, yeah?
I'm perfect.
I'd say not too bad now. Kind of in the way.
Right.
That's it on this end. Yep.
Oh, that's that one.
Just tighten the one on the back now. So now, me and bro are just getting ready. Want to give these panels a bit of a shining up. So, I think what we'll do is, bro, do you think that should be left red or sprayed black like the 6270?
I said left red. Why would you spray black?
Because it looks pretty cool sprayed black.
This spray black. Why would it be my choice?
I'm just asking, see what you think. Anyways, we're going to go and get a abrasive, what is it called? Can't think of what it's called. We're going to get the stuff that we're done with 6270, get the brighten up, and then get a coat of wax on it, and we'll do it with the rest of the panels. It's just they were never washed when the tractor was brought out to be washed. They were left off and never washed. So, and then we'll do the mud guards and that as well after, but we'll have to wait for these to dry before we can do anything with them, so we will find something else to do with the tractor. Quite literally plug and play.
Right, drop down the top one there. Might have to adjust them a little bit, but sure. Might be too bad. Have we any cable ties now?
Cable ties? Yeah. Not sure. That's the front grill back on. The panels are dry after washing them, so going to hit them with some cotton compound and brush, and that should put them all back. You can see the fade on that side going down to that side and see the difference in the colour, so hopefully that'll bring up the brightness, and then we'll stick on a bit of wax after that and may spray them afterward. I'm still not decided yet. So now that is that run, so it looks fairly even. Oh no, it'll give it a bit of a rub. That looks, yeah, that looks good now. You'll see slightly red, and you can't see with the light, see slightly red and dirty. That seems pretty good. So you can see what that's like there, and that's what the other one's like, so you can see the fading. So what that cotton compound does is, you can see, maybe the light's a bit too bright, you can see the white stuff there. It's like a sand grey in it, and what it does is it takes away little bits of the layers of the paint and it just brings it back past the faded bit. That done, so just wipe off the compound, then get me wax out, wax down the panel, and I can leave it to dry and take into the next one then. Coming along there nicely. It'll brighten up the tractor a lot. I just have this panel waxed down now. And this panel in here might be dry enough. There's another bit of drying to do before we can buff the wax off it. And when it comes to the rest of the tractors in the top panel and the side panel, or the mug guards and that, we'll do them when we have the tractor fully done. Then I'll tackle them not till we're fully done, because there's still a bit of climbing and that to be done. Fun now, see how the pump is looking. Don't see any oil leaks. Sounds good anyways. So this is the pressure testing to check the pump.
Check the pump is functioning properly.
Oh, is it just a series of cables you plug on to different points on the pump, is it?
Yeah. Top one is your high pressure 29 bar standby pressure of the two. See,
It's just a matter of finding them, plugging them in, and then
make sure you put the fucking right ones to the right,
right
now.
spots. But then when they're all connected, it's just start up the tractor and
Hope for the best.
hopefully everything is within the right parameters to be setting up.
Well, if I pulled that, still should be there though. That's why there's no steer.
There's a problem. So, is that it working now?
Yeah, it's all working. The standby pressure is brilliant. It's over 3,000 pounds. 3,000.
And what work that got it going?
Nothing. It sits at 29 bar.
Yeah.
Which is very little. And when you pull it, then she shoots to 200 bar.
Oh, okay.
This is the same.
Yeah.
That honey runs at 5 to 6 bar, which that gauge barely registers.
Yeah.
But the minute you put the pull on, she shot right up to 3,200.
Yeah.
And this is for your services, your PTO, your transmission, and it's all running at 17 bar, perfect. You check the PTO, the 4-wheel drive pack,
Everything's all working there.
It just dipped and went back up straight away, so
Yeah.
that means that everything's right. And that's the charge pressure, that's the pump, the pressure being fed into the pump.
Yeah.
And it's very good as well.
So that means the pump is good. That's good.
Well,
So
better be, there are 2 new pumps. we have a small issue. I think we have a priority valve stuck.
for the steering,
Yeah, until we put the wheels on her and pop her outside, they're not going to get that.
fixed.
It just could be stuck now.
The clutch, I see the light flashing at me up there.
Which
The orange one, yeah.
That's calibration.
That's calibration.
The forward reverse shuttle and all the dyno shifts. Perfect.
So
She's done.
she's done. That's it.
It's done.
That's it. So I can put the dash back together, put the brains
Yeah,
and the
back
battery backs, and
That can be put back, the brains can be put back in, the handbrake has to be adjusted. I may have to take a stud out of the side of it just to give it, there's a stud you can take out to put a little bit more weight on the handbrake.
right.
That's it.
So that's it. That's it now. Hey.
You have to have all the relays in.
No.
You can't be a relay short.
Jeez, that is bright. It is fairly how them. Oh, time to pop them into the slots.
Oh, the technology with the lights is a fucking terrible.
The LED just harms enough.
Yeah.
And they were expensive. Remember the time you put the LEDs on the umbilical tractor, the ones that are on the back. Remember you telling Grandad they were like 300 a piece or something, were they?
No, there was 2 put on the back of the 6290, 2 square ones, and they were projectors. I should only half the strength of them. I think they were 150 quid a piece, the Trevors, at the time. But that's fucking 10 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Oh, it was unreal. Big red fucking heavy front link. When you trade it. Oh, Jesus.
That's bright.
You must be expecting the sun never to come up again.
So hopefully we get this out tomorrow night.
And another one then I bought it off.
Very little left to do here now. Just put everything back together, get the bonnets finished, put them on, put the wheels on, let her off, and tidy up the brains and the batteries this side. And that's it. Oh, hopefully she comes out tomorrow. So now it's one wheel back on. Her new the wax bonnet's on, and it is looking, some job is brightened up that tractor no end. Just I'll have to do the top one when I get it washed off and the front grille, but it's definitely, you can see the difference there, night and day. So it is. So just about ready now to take the tractor out. Just have to get her jacked up and off that axle stand and get the axle stand in under it on that side and get the wheel brought in. And now, after a long time, 15th of December to the 9th of February, she's back on her own
We were a bit
wheels.
ambitious thinking we'd have it out before New Year's Day.
Just we were, weren't we? Well, we started off with Boxing Day.
We hit a few potholes.
Anyways, she's back on her own 4 feet now. Robert's just finishing up in the cab and that's it then. It's ready for out. On the drive. Lovely. There, Nelly. Is that right? So what seems to be the diagnosis at the minute? You have forward but no reverse.
Probably no reverse. We might have a dodgy solenoid.
On the reverse pack.
Possibly.
That's the two of the solenoids there.
Yeah, as far as I know, they're the forward and reverse. There's written on them, isn't it? You let that slide up that a little bit. Well, they're magnetising, alright. That should be pulling that valve. Valve still could be stuck.
So, second night at it now, and as you've seen there, they're trying to test the solenoid. So Robert spent the evening going through ruling out different things one by one.
I'll have it driving forward.
You have it driving forward? So it's just backwards?
Yeah, well, we had a little issue with the wire drawn around on the plug on the switch, on the clutch.
But
We swapped them. Once we swapped them, she'd drive forward, but we can't carry her to reverse.
so I
we
think
think
it's a mechanical.
It's solenoid.
That's the forward reverse there, the two solenoids that's in it, or the two valves, so they have them out there and they're testing them, see what way they're working. Everything else seems fine, so it looks like it's just down to them now that's wrong, and that's what we're at here now, trying to see how they're working. So
That had the resistance to the coil, wouldn't it?
very same. So it's the valve that's, or could be the valve that's stuck, or that thing that's stuck.
Yeah, it's the valve, yes, you did right. Yeah, you're right the first time.
No, the valves have been swapped around, so we should be able to go backwards and not be able to go forwards. Yep. Go forwards and backwards, huh? Could that be it? Must have been a bit of dirt stuck in the valve. Do you look now? And that's the steering working now. It's all coming together now. So it is the next night, and haven't done much. Haven't been back that long, but I'm just after waxing, compound cutting the top on it, the front grille, and waxing it down. Something I would like to do is redo the emblem, but that's not going to happen this time. But it has matched up everything quite nice. Just let the wax dry, then take it off. Robert is here as well, and he's been working on getting beacons on it, but not just one beacon, double beacons. He's just in the middle of wiring them into the cab. As you can see, he's mounted them onto the side pillar because there isn't a mounting bracket on this side, only on the far side. I want to put two beacons on it, so that just seemed to be the easiest way of doing it, was drill two holes in the side pillar, pop it in. So he's just in the middle of getting it wired up and inside. He's the cab taken apart. So I have to change the dampers now, that's really it. When they're finished inside the cab and everything's put back together and get swept out and the wind is cleaned, that's it. We're just kind of spending, because as you can tell, it's pissing rain outside. Not just, I want to get the drone a while, big spectacle again, the tractor out of the shed. It's 5 years. 5 years waiting to go out of this shed. Have to make it a big grandeur thing, can't just be anticlimactic reversing out of the shed, has to be big. So yeah, we're not, hopefully tomorrow night it'll be not raining and we'll fire up the drone and we'll get some really good footage of her coming up. Anyways, so much left. I'll go change them dampers and then it's just literally let Robert finish up, swoop out the cab, clean the inside windows, and she can roll on out of the shed. And if anyone is wondering what about the mudguards, as you can probably tell, they're just about rusted through. And on the far side there's a large hole just in there, so there's no point. And AgriLine get their new mudguards in for them, which we have on the 6270. I guess them, we'll pop them on it. Just that I don't see any point going at them, just give them a wash down, and then when AgriLine have theirs out, we'll just stick a new set on it. Because they're just about rotted through. If I go at them, I'll probably put more holes in them. Anyways, we'll keep on. Don't know how well you can see me, but just changing these. I have the new one in this side, and here it is. As you may tell, it's ram up, not down. I have the other side in right, and it's something I remember from the video of me and Eric putting them in the 3075 for doing last year's work. I put them in that way, as people said, it's the wrong way to put them because the dirt builds up on the cylinder and it'll do the seals, and that's what happens to them, that they stop working. That's probably what happened to them. They are on, for the use of a better word, the wrong way. So I do learn from comments on YouTube. Also, these are dead easy changed. You just pop out a little thing on the end of them. You stick in a flat screwdriver, knife, whatever you have. Just pull them up, pop out. Dead handy. Getting dirt behind. No, it's the back window done. So now we are ready to take the tractor out of the shed. Robert's done another few little bits to it, bit of black paint, brighten it up. We're finished. She's wax polished, ready to come out. We'll show you back from when I first showed you the tractor, when we looked at the state of the workshop and a bit of the stuff up until now, and then we'll drive her out the shed. So yeah, that is one of our 6290s. I think it's the second one we bought. As you can see, it's not exactly doing a whole lot, but tidy up the back. And when we get this tractor out, now will it drive out of its own accord? Probably not. It won't be. And now, that is the 6290 after 5 years sitting in the corner of the shed. She is now finished.
And to many comments of people asking, what's the tractor doing in the corner of the shed?
Yes. Hundreds, if not
We'll have to
thousands.
get something else to park in the corner of the shed.
There's enough things, but hundreds, if not thousands of comments. What's the story to 6290 in the corner of the shed? What's happened with it? Why is it there? All of that. Well, now it is finished. Fully finished, refurbished, all sorted. Now ready.
It's as good as a new tractor.
To do a day's work.
Well,
so
more than one.
Well, yeah, all ready now to go back to work. So just
We've one thing to do.
what?
We forgot to put a new buzzer on the handbrake.
I was thinking, I thought you said just plug it back in and it would work.
No, it didn't. I was tricking at it now. We've put a new buzzer on the handbrake. A new handbrake.
Yeah. But she has shined up something ferocious well. The wax on the bonnets tidied her up a fair bit. Robert went out with black spray paint. He spray painted up the exhaust. He done the mud flaps, the bit of touch up, and it's made some job. Does look a little bit weird with just two lights in the front of it.
Ah, with them two lights, there's some light.
But there's some. There is fantastic. You've seen it there. Just that's not even in the field, but they're fantastic.
A bit of night work with it now.
Fantastic light how with them lights. But I suppose want to say a big thank you to Autosparky and Keith Murphy from Massey Salvage. Autosparky gave us the front headlights to try out, which Father Phil is standing in the way of.
Sorry?
Yeah. He gave us these front LED headlights for us to try out. And then I bought the rest of the lights off him, all the work lights. And then Keith Murphy from Massey Salvage.
All the parts.
We got all the parts.
A couple of bits.
A couple of small bits, but the majority of the bits, the main bits, all got off Keith Murphy from Massey Salvage.
We were able to ring him up when we had a few little teething issues.
Yeah, there was
issues all week.
Yeah, so apologies for having no videos during the week. That was down to, I was hoping to have this out earlier in the week for Thursday's video, but we hit some more potholes and we did have, you rung Keith a couple of times to try and figure out what exactly was wrong.
And what was wrong was quite simple. The tractor's been lying for 5 years.
Yeah, and the valve had stuck for the reverse.
The steering priority valve was the first thing we found stuck.
Yeah.
We got that freed up. It wouldn't drive. We had to drive forward, wouldn't reverse. We left it one night, we went back out the next night. We were only half an hour at night. We took out the valves off of it and we cleaned them and sprayed them, put them back in and everything worked, so they just were stuck.
For those of you that maybe haven't seen all the videos or don't know what the story is with this tractor, originally this tractor went into the shed in 2016 with the hydraulic pumps gone. It was left in the field in Leitrim where it was finished. We eventually brought it home. It was parked in the corner of the shed and then bits started getting robbed off it to keep everything else going.
Parts.
Well, you didn't have to wait for anything to come, you just went and you got the bit. So then we started into it and we got all the bits. The pumps is the main thing.
High pressure pump was put into the back of it and new scavenger pump. The scavenger pump we took out was probably fine.
Yeah.
It probably was fine. It seems to be fine, we can find no wear in it. The other pump was gone.
Yeah.
That was the problem. When we went to put the pumps back in, then I decided to have a look at the handbrake. We discovered the handbrake was wore out in it.
That's the old handbrake there.
And it was the first pothole. We had other issues, we didn't just get back enough of time I had, I suppose. We got it eventually pieced all back together and then we went on. You dumped this with pleasure. The next pothole we run into was when we'd all put back together and we had it running, we had a leak.
Yeah.
And I swore we were not going to have any leaks on this tractor. I went above and beyond the call of duty to make sure we had no leaks and it was flying out of it.
Yeah.
And that flange, that tapered flange is cracked all the way around there.
Yeah.
With the result, it took 2 weeks.
2 weeks, nearly 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks for that pipe to come in. Brand new pipe from Massey, not over expensive.
No.
But we got the new pipe. We put on the pipe. Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. The next things we run into was just simply from lying.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Just lying too long.
In this video, so you've seen us putting on from the new pipe up to now, and she does look well, and she's all mechanically working, everything is working.
A big thanks to Robert. He came up a few evenings this week. He done bits of wiring and things. So we're busy.
We're busy, but Robert come after work.
Oh, he played a storm this week.
He definitely done a lot. He done a lot of the fiddly stuff. And he done a Trojan amount of work on this tractor. So hats off to him. Yeah, it's finished. It's coming out of the shed. 5 years. So it's as good as a new. Some of you be asking what's the first job it'll be doing? Probably slurry tankering. That's the real one I want to video is put the tanker on it and get her to work. So I suppose what's next on the cards is tidy the workshop. Tidy up all this mess. And we have to finish the bench as well. They're the next two things.
That's the next two jobs to be done. After that then.
The teleporter.
Teleporter's going to get a few small jobs done on it.
Yeah, teleporter wants to be serviced again and we have to do a few little jobs on it. And the 1200 will be rolling into the shed.
1200's coming into the shed.
That will be the next big project. Probably we're going to go on for a bit of time, but we'll try and get it done. We'll try and have it done for the end of March or mid-April. We'll be putting it in the back half of the shed so that because we may encounter issues with it and I want to have a bit of space because I want to get the 135 in and get hit on the button, and there's a few other things just when we can't work at the 1200 either while we're waiting for stuff for that I can be working on something else.
You've got the old mechanical book.
So anyways, that is a big thanks to everyone who's helped us. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed seeing the 6090 come out and look forward to lots more videos of this tractor working.
We were ambitious to say we were going to do it in 2 weeks.
So anyways, we're going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Thursday and Sunday for February. We may go back to Tuesday videos in March. We'll see how we go on. Calves coming on Monday now, so big panic on for tomorrow and Monday to get things sorted. But anyways, that is it from us. Good luck.